So monks. Well, well. What do you need as a monk? You need attributes. You would probably... let's look at the abilities first this time. Then we'll know what attributes we need. So, mortification of the soul. The monk gains wounds. And what does he do with the wounds? That's the problem with me and the monk, right? So the monk gains wounds. Interesting. Yeah. The monk immediately inflicts enough draw damage on himself or herself to gain a wound. So the monk is somehow masochistic. What a monk. Force of Anguish. Powerful attack that knocks the target back a significant distance and prones them. Yeah, I've seen that. What could that be good for? For saving people from enemies at them. Like if a rogue is on your companion, push it away. So we need perception, probably, for to hit. Swift strikes, keywords mortification. 20% action speed for 10 seconds, quick for 10 seconds. So frenzied blur of attacks. Yeah, definitely. I like perception and I like dexterity. But might is better in a monk than in a ranger, probably, or in a fighter. Clarity of agony. Let's look at the passive abilities first. Transcendent suffering. 5% more damage with unarmed attacks. 2 accuracy with unarmed penetration. That's good. And wounds. Gain wounds when receiving damage. Getting into lesser wounds. Lowers the monk's wound threshold, allowing him or her to gain wounds at a faster rate. I really don't understand wounds. Bull's Will. Oh, that's good. I like monks now. I like these flat increases to reflexes. So I like monks now. I like monks because they could be probably very good brawlers. That's also good. Through pain, the monk is able to cleanse her body, reducing the duration of incoming and existing hostile effects by half. Oh, that's powerful. And wait, the clarity of mind is even better, so the duration is longer, and you become smart. 5 intellect. Good, and here the Dance of Death. 0 accuracy per 3 seconds, 1 wounds per 3 seconds. Ah, okay, that is probably modified by wounds then. Getting a stacking bonus to accuracy and wounds. Suffering any damage ends this effect. Oh, so you could have... could have a tankish monk and using the Dance of Death to deal damage. Then you have a graceful retreat. 12 defense when disengaging. Why want you ever to disengage? No, that's good to save you in times of trouble. Long stride. Makes you quicker. Can be good, but I've never liked movement speed so much. Maybe I was wrong, but movement speed. Yeah, so we have here the Force of Anguish. That was really good. And the wave of force knocks the target back and prones them. Is it just more powerful? Come on, can't we move that around? I want to move that around. Ah, here, that edge. It's loud, it has melee range, it gives... Ah, reduces the wound cost to activate. There we go. Then it would be very good, of course. And here we have the lightning strikes from swift strikes. Let's compare. 50% damage is shock. I think shock is widely not resisted much. Otherwise I have a problem with shock damage if there's a lot of creatures resisting. It's not that good, the upgrade. Energize the monk's attack to also deal shock damage. Quite okay. Then we have Swift Flurry. Ah, I should have left that open. Well, there we go. Swift Strike, Swift Flurry. It does the same. It just costs an ability. No. While active, weapon critical hits will trigger another attack instantly. Oh, that is cool. So you could have a critical monk with high perception. Oh, I like that. You don't need that might that much, right? You can go for a flurry monk. Blade turning. Start melee attacks redirected to another nearby target for 3 seconds. I don't know if you have the monk as a defender in your own party, so the target, there's not a target enemy, right? It's like haggling with demons. You have to be very careful here. You can redirect them to another nearby target, maybe your ally. Would they be so cruel? Yes, they would be so cruel, I think. So I don't know if that is good for me. But if you're in the middle of the park of the enemies, then it's quite good. Oh, I feel very interesting parties coming with this game. Torment's Reach. And I have the urge to play it before release really fully, but I think that is a mistake. I think there's a lot to be added that will make it so beautiful and so great that I want to play it only at release, and maybe then when the add-ons come, continue it. We have Torment's Reach here. Keyword's Wound, yeah. It's an area of effect. Effect, well, it gives damage. And staggered. Cannot engage. Oh. Oh, that's quite... Now I love monk. Now I need a monk. Now my Kevava that I used to play through the original game. Maybe he will go to a cloister and become a monk. Is a cloister right? I don't know. Maybe that's for women. A monastery. Yeah, a cloister is for women and a monastery is for men. Well, he'll go to a cloister and have some fun. No, oh my god. Oh, this ability exploits the shared bonds of universal suffering between all beings. Do you feel them? I sometimes feel them. I have the impression to feel the universal bonds of suffering. When I read the news, mainly. Raised Torment. Let's compare. Wrong thing here. Torment's Reach. Can I move? No, I can move. I like that. I like that we can compare like that. So, Raised Torment. Enemies behind the target are now stunned instead of staggered. Oh, and stunned also have penalty to all defenses. -4 penetration and -5 might. Yeah, that's good. That's already a good effect, and make it even better is quite powerful, of course. Now, if the stunning blow also uses... No, it uses mortification then. Stunned for 6 seconds and accuracy versus fortitude. Like that. A head targeting strike. Oh, sorry. A head targeting strike designed to disrupt an enemy's ability to react. Stunning them. Yes, stunning people is always good, right? Stunning is just good. There we go. Full attack. And the stunning surge. Why am I always closing these things? I should just let them open. And I want them to be exactly near to each other for some reason. For some odd reason. If this attack critically hits, its cost is refunded. Oh, whoa. Yeah, stunning surge for a critical monk. Really nice. So we're learning. We need the same we need for all melee and damage, like physical damage characters. Dexterity and perception mainly, and then might. And the monk also needs to be resilient. At least 10 in resolve and constitution, probably. Oh, and here, oh, we forgot I forgot, rather. You would never forget. I know that. Graceful retreat. Oh, we had that already, so I didn't forget it. Here, soul mirror. 50% chance to reflect with ranged attacks. To reflect ranged attacks or to reflect with ranged attacks? Probably to reflect ranged attacks. Calls upon the power of the monk's psyche, reflecting half of ranged missiles, targeting only the monk back to their point of origin. Only attacks resulting in a miss have a chance to be reflected back. So you reflect back 50% of more misses from ranged attacks. I don't think this is too good. It's not powerful enough for me, but it's a passive attack, so I like it because I like to things that I do not need to look at that all the time. Duality of mortal presence. Against 2 modal abilities that allow him or her to switch between linking their incoming wounds to their body, constitution bonus, or their mind. That seems very helpful, depending on the encounter where you are in. That seems very powerful to protect your monk, and to protect your party from the monk, maybe. Yeah, I don't have to compare, you're right. It's just, it looks so good. But I won't do that anymore. Just scroll down. Thunderous blows. Tenacious for 20 seconds. Gather all of your strength into your strikes. Gain the tenacious inspiration while this effect lasts. Yeah, good damage boost. Melee weapon critical hits cause the target to become weakened. Oh. But not if you're unarmed. So, thunderous blows are good if you're using like sticks or something. Not if you're unarmed, probably. Or is that... Or do the fists count as a melee weapon? Rooting pain. Generates a shockwave around the monk each time he or she gains a wound, inflicting a small amount of damage. Interrupting all enemies in the area. The first thing I wouldn't care about, but the interrupting seems quite good. Interrupting? I think rooting pain is good now. And Crucible of Suffering. 10 to all defenses except deflection for 20 seconds. Monk gains insight through endurance, gaining a temporary bonus to fortitude, reflex, and will whenever a hostile effect expires. Aha. Probably good early on. And later on, 10 isn't that good. But, I mean, if you're on Path of the Damned, you're happy about all your defenses, even only 10. So it might be very good in Path of the Damned. Then the Long Pain. Summon weapon Long Pain. Oh, Long Pain Fists. His or her fists become capable of projecting powerful attacks over a long distance. Now I'm thinking of that old movie, The Mask, with Jim Carrey. He could extend himself. Where you grow tentacle fists or something like that. 20 seconds. Then you can go long range. It could be good for certain fights and for certain situations. When you cannot move the monk to the front line, you can at least attack them. I think it's good. And here you have the Raised Torment. Yeah. That was good. We already had that Stunning Surge. Also good. Different builds. Innovating blows. Weakened. And scoring a critical, if successful, weakened. And scoring a critical hit if... Yeah, weakened for 6 if you hit him critically, because... Yes, that's for the critical monk. Yeah, you build a critical monk. It will be the total damage dealer, but you have to look at the attributes. You have to make a sturdy monk, so he can be in there. But critical monk seems very powerful. And what would you need for a critical monk? Now we go back to the attributes and the races. You need perception. And then you're back at the Orlans. Wild Orlan and Hearth Orlan are both good. But I think Wild Orlan is better because when you're in the middle of the park, you're happy about any defense you have. Human is also good as a monk, Might and Resolve. And the ability is also quite good. Then Godlike. Again, Death Godlike are good. Fire, I don't know. Moon, Nature... Almost anything seems to be good as a monk. Except don't choose Wood Elves, right? Most powerful monks could be Aumaua monks. The coastal Aumaua, which you cannot, or which are harder to get prone. The island Aumaua, the additional weapon set is probably not that good. And you can even use your fists and go unarmed. That doesn't probably count as a weapon set, and then you don't need that. So, dwarves, yeah. I think dwarves generally good for monks. Why not? Dexterity is a little bit... Yeah, the dexterity minus for dwarves. Or an elven, yeah, but not the wood elves. So, you can make a lot of good monks. I really like humans for monks because of the resolve. And I like Orlan's best for monks. And come on, who doesn't? I mean, that is your monk. That would be crazy good. That wild Orlan monk here. That is a monk I would make. Let's look at the subclasses for monk. Hey, what's up, Sage Master? Let's look into the subclasses for monk because we really like subclasses. Yeah, that's the Gremlin Monk. Gremlin Monk totally overpowered. So look at the passive abilities you get as a Gremlin Monk. No, as a Hellwalker. All Hellwalkers undergo a ceremonial death rite as part of their initiation. They die, and that was the end of the story. And that's it. So, you have a Hellwalker and then you die. Ah, no. The experience allows them to start combat with extra wounds and to draw physical strength from their wounds at the cost of increased vulnerability. Begin combat with more wounds. Alright, so you inflict wounds on yourself, or you're already pulling your hamstring and then go, oh god, it hurts so much. I cannot really stride, but let's go for this fight. And they gain might for each wound they have, so seems good. Seems good to have. Take more damage for each wound they have. Alright. But it's cool, I think. I really want to play that Hell Monk. Transcendent Suffering they have. Yeah. That was the general monk idea. And we have the wounds that go to lesser wounds. Hell Scars. Begin combat with a wound and Hellwalker. The ceremonial death rite. Gaining the might. And increased damage taken. Take more damage for each wound they have. Oh my god. Highly risky, I like it. And then we have Nalpaska. What are that? An order of monks who meditate on the differences between the material world. Also Hellwalker. Who would be a Hellwalker? Probably if you go like that, then go Orlan. Or... yeah. Go all out damage. And maybe protect the backline with your monk. That would be something really cool. Nalpashka. So, an order of monks who meditate on the differences between the material world, the perceived world, through the use of mind-altering substances. I know many people who would play such a green monk with a Nalpashka in a D&D group. And I'm not sure if I would invite them all the time. Originating in Ixamital, the Nalpashka are respected in their homelands but often disregarded as fools when traveling abroad. Their extensive dabbling with the boundaries of reality can give the others the impression that they are adult or simply insane. Oh yes, simply insane. Let's see, what do they get? All drug effects last longer. Generate wounds while receiving the bonus of drugs. Crash penalties from drugs cause the monk to be unable to receive healing and degenerate wounds while not benefiting from drugs. Oh. 50% beneficial effect duration. Oh. There we go. If you like drugs, go Nalpashka. What do we have here? The Transcendent Suffering and that. Alright. So that was the Nalpashka. Good, good. And the Shattered Pillar. Monks of the Shattered Pillar philosophy gain power from causing pain and harm. While not inherently sadistic, the order does attract many practitioners who delight in the suffering of others. Oh my, your torture monk. These monks are really messed up. What are these monastic orders here? Don't we have an order of peace and something like that? Order of peace and doves and like the... or something like that? No? A peaceful monk? Can that not be... maybe he wouldn't join an adventure group then, right? Gain wounds by melee weapon damage inflicted. So that's the bonus. So they're using melee weapons, is that true? And then they gain wounds through that. So that's a method you're using nunchakus, and these nunchakus, you're not really used to them, and so you're hitting your face all the time if you're posing with them and throwing them around, and you're always hitting the face with the end of the nunchaku. That would be me, like the Shattered Pillar monk with the nunchakus, and I'm not getting it right with the nunchakus. No, give me a big stick, but not nunchakus. Nunchakus hit me back. Cannot gain wounds from damage received. On the other hand, required threshold to gain wounds is increased, and max wound limit is decreased. Oh. Now that's something I really like. I really like that. Now I need to play monks. Only monks. So who would be a Shattered Pillar monk? Someone with high perception. Against, we come to the Orlan. The Orlan is the superior monk. Say hello to the Orlan. Or an elf. An elf would also be not bad. Maybe a dwarf. Dwarf would also not be too bad. Elf is though better. Perception is very important. So, these were monks. I hope you liked monks. I hope you liked monks. Glass Cannon Monk.